So we're going to attempt to put the disc brake conversion kit on here. As you can see, his car has a lot of surface rust, but he wants the disc brake conversion kit on here. I guess he's been holding on to it long enough, and it's gonna have to be all painted anyway, so I guess whoever paints it can cover it up or take it off or do whatever. But right now it's got drum brakes. I don't even think there's any shoes in there, so we need to get brakes, some kind of brakes on, so we can drive it. I did get the master cylinder and booster on there. All thing I gotta do is hook up the vacuum line that goes from the back of the carburetor, which is for your vacuum boost. And I had to make one brake line that goes down to the proportionate valve, because this rear one was long enough but the front one wasn't. So we got that on there. Rounded up some fittings that I'm gonna have to make work, because the back of that aftermarket carburetor has got metric threads, not standard pipe threads. So this is just some kind of fitting I found. It's going to actually, this is going to screw in there, that screw in there. Then we got some vacuum hose. We'll run from the booster to the back of the carburetor. So anyway, we got a new booster, new master cylinder, and we got the Gearhead Performance front brake disc kit. I gotta put the lines on, and that's the vacuum things for the calipers. Everything's there. So we're gonna get that on. I'm gonna get this stripped down. I got the spindles and everything. So I'm gonna get that stripped down, so that way we can get all that stuff on there. Get rid of the drums on the front. Now I don't know nothing about the back. Back's a different story. The only thing I know is that it don't feel like it's nothing in there. So I'm gonna get that off. We'll get it stripped down. Hopefully that disc brake conversion kit fits. I looked it up on the Gearhead Enterprise, I think it's Gearhead Enterprise website, and it says it's supposed to fit GM cars from 70 to the late 80s or something like that. But well, not late 80s, early 70s to late 70s. So hopefully all that fits. So let's get this stripped down and see what we're working with.
God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah I'm all that. Working for that whip, yeah that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same thing. Yup, that's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream.
Alright, so I got the disc brake conversion kit on. Only thing I gotta do now is flush out the brake lines. I don't want all that old brake fluid to get in the new calipers. For some reason the grease caps they sent with the rotors don't fit, and this side didn't have an old one to put on there. I put one of the old ones on this side, so I'm gonna have to go to an auto store, see can I find a grease cap to fit the rotor, because for some reason this is the one they sell with the kit, but as you've seen it just won't fit. It's too big. I tried to bend it in some, so I don't know, but we'll get one. So I got to flush out the brake line system. Then I got to jack it up, go to the, hit my head over here. I got to go to the back and jack it up, take the rear drums off and see what's up with that. Now, I think the guy that was working on before me installed new brake shoes, because if you look, these brake shoes and wheel cylinders, like I said, the very first, all that looks new. So I don't think he got to the back. I think he just did the front, because there is some wheel cylinders around here somewhere. I think these are them. So these might be for the rear. So I'm gonna have to take the drums off the back and see what's up with that. Hopefully he did install them. Maybe these the wrong ones. But anyway, the brake lines on the front was shot anyway. So I mean, they don't look bad on the outside, but maybe on the inside. But anyway, that's going to be another day. These braided brake lines, they come with the adapters and stuff. When you take the old brackets off, and these fittings look like they screw onto the metal line, then it screws into the braided part here. But like I say, we'll get some brake fluid in it, try and push down on the pedal, try and flush out some of that old brake fluid if we can. It didn't look too bad, but I want to make sure the lines ain't stopped up. And like I say, we'll jack up the back and take the back wheels off and see what's up with that. But right now, it's got disc on the front. Like I say, it's going to need to be gone through some new bushings and stuff, clean up everything. But we just want to get it where it's got, at least it's got disc brakes on the front, which we could have left the drum brakes on there, but he wanted to put the disc brake kit on there. He's had it forever, so it's on there now. So we'll get back to it. We'll get the brake lines and stuff on it, and hopefully we'll get some brakes on it, and then we can take it down the road. So just little by little, that's all you can do. Alright, so got the brake lines on, and I went ahead and put some brake fluid in the caliper, kind of mashed down on the pedal a couple times, and it blew out some old bad fluid. So we got the brake lines hooked up on both sides. So now I am going to find a grease cap, number one, because the one they sent was too small, or too big. You can see the fittings and lines. So now I got to put the wheels on and scoot it forward, so that way I can jack it up, get the back wheels off, and let's see what the back shoes look like, wheel cylinders if we got to replace them, and then we should be ready to bleed the brakes on it, and then it'll be test drive time. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the wheels on the front, get the car pushed up, and see what we got back there. So I got the front tires back on, got this thing jacked up in the rear, and let me tell you, I think these wheel cylinders have been replaced because they look new-ish on both sides. Got some good pads, or shoes rather. Drums look like they've been turned. You see where it's got a little surface rust. The shoes are not adjusted out, so that lets you know the disc's been put together. And see how the paint is still on the springs? Looks like it didn't had a brake shoe spring kit put in it. So that's a good sign. Only thing we need to do is adjust the shoes out and bleed the brakes, because I slid those drums off with my pinky, so they have never been adjusted. So we bleed the brakes and everything. Should have brakes all the way around. I don't know about the emergency brake. I know the cable's hooked up. I haven't tried to mess with that. I didn't want to mess with it until I seen what was in here first. But somebody definitely put wheel cylinders, which I figured. So maybe the ones here, maybe these are the wrong ones, I guess. Let's see. Because I know some of these cars back in the day, they had a bunch of different size wheel cylinders. I have to look up the part number and see. They almost look the same. We'll look up the part number and see what they fit, either front or rear. I know the front had new ones in it. So I'm going to put the drums back on, adjust the brake shoes out. I'll probably take the air hose and blow all this out, all these spider webs and stuff, and put the brake shoes back on, not brake shoes, put the drums back on, adjust the shoes on both sides, and we'll bleed the brakes. And I think the brake system will be good to go. So with this LeMans here, got all the brake system hooked up, and going to try and bleed the brakes. Couldn't get the brakes bled right. The pedal would go down and then get hard and then get soft again. So tried re-bleeding it. I tried putting the vacuum, going to the booster in a different spot because I had it hooked on back of the carburetor. So got a fitting, hooked it into the intake, That improved the vacuum pressure on the booster, but still the brakes was not working right. So did some research and found out that if you're going to run disc brakes, you gotta have a disc brake master cylinder, which that is a drum brake master cylinder. Disc brake master cylinder has a bigger spot for fluid for the front, a little bit for the rear. So this is a disc to drum master cylinder. This here is a just straight up drum master cylinder. So that's one problem. The next thing was, this car came from the factory. If you got one with disc brakes, it came with a metering valve. And this is a metering valve that we got off car junkyard. It goes behind the brake booster, bolts up on this bracket. This goes down to the proportionate valve that is on the frame. I'm thinking all the proportionate valves are the same on these cars. It's down there on the frame. You can see where the brake line going. It's kind of dark down there. But that hooks to the proportionate valve, and this hooks to the master cylinder for the rear brakes. What this thing does is meter the pressure of fluid going to the rear brakes, and it kind of holds off the pressure. So kind of like the rear brakes will stop first, and then as that pressure, I think, increases, it goes to the front. Quote me if I'm wrong. So that way your car won't do a nosedive if you slam on the brakes. It just meters the brake pressure going to the front and the rear brakes. Well, the cars we found at the salvage yard was front disc brake cars from the factory. So I got two metering valves. This one's kind of crunchy. This one looks to be kind of decent. I think this one still had a little brake fluid in it. So these are kind of hard to find. You can find them used on eBay. Somebody has took and cleaned one up. I checked around, Jigs, a couple other places, they were out of stock. So since they're on back order and out of stock, unless I do some more digging, we're going to see would this one work. I'm going to take these lines off and just kind of clean it out with some brake cleaner. I did find the part number on there. That's how I figured out what this thing was. And the part number was, let's see if I can find it again. Found one. Just in case one of you guys have the same question. I don't think I can find the part number. Oh, there it is. It is a 222-6261. And there's a couple of them on there on eBay. Guys have cleaned up. But if you want to buy a new one, you have to do some research. So anyway, I'm going to try and clean that one up, make a new brake line for it because that one's rusty. So we got new brake lines. Just got what I can find because I'm going to make this brake line here. This one's rusty. I know it's going to break off. The little short one looks pretty good, but this one's going down towards the bottom of the car. And these springs will hold water in there. So I'm going to clean up a little bit more. We'll get it on there, get the master cylinder on there, and hopefully this thing has good power brakes once we get everything in the brake system like it's supposed to have. And we'll be done with that issue. So I finally got the brakes working on this thing. had to end up changing the brake booster. It was bad. This is a new one, or we think new used one, and it was letting vacuum leak by, so that's why we couldn't get the brakes working right after I installed the metering valve and the new master cylinder for disc brakes. So now it's got brakes. I don't know if I'll be able to do a test run on it real good, because they're coming to pick it up, and it's going to go to a shop where it'll be getting ready to start the restore on it. But it's got brakes, it runs, and it moves. So if I'm able to get it out and drive it one good time around the block before they get here, I'll do it. But it don't have any tail lights and no brake lights, so don't want to get rear-ended, don't want to get pulled over for not having tail lights and brake lights and tags. But it will see the road again. It's not going to be left to rot away. So I am going to gather up all the parts, get them put in the trunk, all the extra parts and stuff, and make sure it's got coolant in it and gas, and when the truck gets here to get it, it'll be ready to drive out, get loaded up, and get taken to start his new life as a LeMans again. So y'all just stay tuned on it. You'll see it again probably later on down the line. But we did a lot of stuff to it, and we was able to get the original engine back up and running, and stuff like that, charging system, transmission, radiator, brakes, so new gas tank. So anyway, holler at y'all later. Hope y'all have a good, safe holiday. And Merry Christmas to everybody, and Happy New Year, and y'all take care of yourself, and take care of your families. All right, so I'm gonna get this thing ready to ship out. Later.